In the headlines of this hour on VTV News, National Assembly discussed draft law on juvenile justice. The second Vietnam-Laos border defense friendship exchange kicks off. And in our world news, North Korean leader inspects missile bases.
Broadcasting from Hanoi, the capital of Vietnam. VTV News starts right now.
Good afternoon. It is currently 3 p.m. local time and you're tuning in to 30 minutes of VTV News. I'm Lily with the latest updates. Now, during the National Assembly plenary session on Wednesday morning, Deputy discussed the draft law on juvenile justice and emphasized the need to promptly enact this law. They highlighted the importance of refining the judicial system to be both strict and humane in its treatment of juvenile offenders.
The draft law on juvenile justice aims to help offenders understand their duties and responsibilities, facilitate social integration, and reduce the tendency to reoffend through community service. However, some deputies raised concerns about its psychological impact on juveniles. They stressed the need for regulations that protect the rights of minors, ensuring that decisions regarding criminal admissions are made voluntarily, transparently, and without coercion. Additionally, it is crucial that juveniles receive legal aid and have the opportunity to meet with lawyers before entering a guilty plea. Furthermore, deputies called for a reevaluation of the measures that send minors to reform schools, suggesting abolishing this article. Moreover, National Assembly deputies also proposed specific regulations to ensure that defense lawyers are involved from the outset of proceedings, safeguarding the best interests of minors and promoting a friendly, equitable judicial process.
Prime Minister Pham Minh Chinh signed a decision on Tuesday to establish a central steering committee aimed at eliminating temporary and dilapidated houses nationwide. Leading the committee alongside the Prime Minister are Do Văn Chien, Chairman of the Central Committee of the Vietnam Fatherland Front, Permanent Deputy Prime Minister Nguyễn Hòa Bình, and Minister of Labor, Invalids and Social Affairs Đào Ngọc Dung. The steering committee's responsibilities include advising and proposing effective plans and methods to achieve the goal of eliminating temporary and dilapidated housing by December 31st, 2025. This initiative focuses on three key programs: housing support for individuals with revolutionary contributions, housing support according to national target programs, and the elimination of substandard housing. The committee will direct relevant ministries, agencies, and localities to coordinate closely and address any challenges that arise during implementation. The Ministry of Labor, Invalids, and Social Affairs will serve as the committee's standing agencies, utilizing its existing resources to carry out the assigned tasks without increasing staff. Agencies with representatives on the committee will also use their current resources to assist on a part-time basis. Bắc Giang Province has mobilized $15 million to build and upgrade more than 3,800 houses for veterans, poor households, and near-poor households. The local authorities are determined to eliminate 100% of temporary and dilapidated houses this year, a full year ahead of the national plan. This ambitious goal can be achieved only through the strength of solidarity and the implementation of flexible, creative methods.
This mud-walled house used to be Sun's home. Now, his dream of settling down and establishing a career has come true. No more cold winters, sweltering summers, or leaky roofs. His children finally have a safe place to study.
My dream has come true. A new home means new opportunities. I can now work with peace of mind.
Local authorities connect directly with charity organizations, individuals, and donors to assist those in need. Everyone contributes according to their means. Some donate money, others contribute materials, and many offer their labor to help dismantle and construct new houses.
The entire political system has mobilized the people, following the principle of relying on people's strength to care for the people.
Out of 972 cases needing to eliminate temporary and dilapidated houses, the province has mobilized support packages, approximately 2 to 500 USD for building new houses and 1,000 USD for house repairs. So far, the province has handed over 908 houses.
I don't know what else to say, but thanks to everyone. I'm so happy.
Without the state support, I wouldn't have this new house to live in.
Tears of happiness. Their dream of having decent housing has become a reality for these people. These new homes give disadvantaged people more confidence to live fuller, better lives. These homes truly embody human compassion and community responsibility.
Ho Chi Minh City has released an updated land price list showing increases of 4 to 38 times compared to 2020. Effective from October 31st through the end of next year, the highest residential price is approximately $28,625 per square meter for properties on Nguyễn Huệ, Đồng Khởi, and Lê Lợi streets in District 1, more than 4 times the previous price. In contrast, the lowest price is about $96 in the Thiêng Liêng residential area of Cần Giờ district. The price for Song Hành National Highway 22 in Hóc Môn district has surged from approximately $32 to over $1,250 per square meter, a 38-fold increase. This land price list will serve as the basis for various purposes, including calculating compensation for site clearance, resettlement support, and land use tax assessments. Several households have yet to hand over their land for the project to expand National Highway 50 in Ho Chi Minh City. This has caused delays affecting both the project's progress and the disbursement of public investment capital. On Wednesday morning, city leaders convened to address and resolve bottlenecks hindering this project.
11 households along the parallel route of National Highway 50 designated for clearance have failed to hand over their lands as planned. These cases involve land areas in real estate projects owned by 4 companies. Other reasons for this delay include households entangled in inheritance legal processes and demands for land compensation significantly higher than the actual value, with some asking up to 10 times the proposed amount.
Authorities must explain everything clearly and thoroughly to the people. What they want is a certain thing, but policies cannot be changed. Agricultural lands, plots without infrastructure, low-lying land and swamplands cannot be valued equally with lands in the city centre.
To expedite the site clearance process, Binh Chánh District and the involved companies need to adopt more flexible policies. These could include offering support for relocation and dismantling structures to affected residents.
By tomorrow morning, officials must take action and report the results and documents to the People's Committee. We should make clear agreements, finalizing whether the people have reached a consensus or not, and then proceed with the next steps, including land recovery and enforcement, if necessary, to complete the project. As for the electricity stations, water wells, and other technical infrastructure, units have been instructed to resolve issues thoroughly. This shows that the National Highway 50 project will be fully implemented soon and put into operation on schedule.
If the land is handed over by October, the entire National Highway 50 could be completed and operational by December. However, given the current challenges, the project now aims to complete land clearance by November, allowing construction to continue thereafter.
The draft law on data proposes establishing a national data center under the Ministry of Public Security. The center will integrate, store, analyze, and use data from party and state agencies, as well as socio-political organizations, to develop and manage a comprehensive national database. However, experts are calling for clearer response plans and strategies to address potential challenges, including risks of information leakage and security breaches. The estimated cost for the initial phase of the National Data Center, projected to be completed by 2025, stands approximately at $833 million. Before we move on, let's have a look at the exchange rate between the Vietnam dong and some world currencies in today's market. Coming up next on VTV News. The second Vietnam-Laos Border Defense Friendship Exchange kicks off. And the switch to short-term cultivation models for typhoon recovery proves effective. Welcome back to VTV News Live. Now, the second Vietnam-Laos Border Defense Friendship Exchange began on Tuesday with a welcome ceremony for the Lao delegation at Long Sup border gate in Vietnam's northern province of Sơn La. The exchange will last for 2 days. More in the following.
A joint anti-drug trafficking exercise across the Vietnam-Laos border was a key activity in the second Vietnam-Laos Border Defense Friendship Exchange. The exercise simulated coordinated operations between the two countries' border forces to combat transnational drug crime. These joint drills play a crucial role in maintaining security and order in border provinces.
We have coordinated in joint training and learned a lot of experiences in managing and preventing various types of crimes across the border.
The armed forces of both sides have overcome language barriers and other challenges to effectively manage the border and combat crime.
Both Vietnam and Laos recognize their shared border region as strategically crucial for defense, security, and socio-economic development. The two countries are committed to maintaining close cooperation in crime prevention, promoting cross-border exchange programs, and strengthening ties between border localities. The stability and economic development of these border areas clearly demonstrate the effectiveness of their joint efforts. Bilateral defense cooperation, particularly in border defense, continues to be a key pillar of the special solidarity and comprehensive cooperation between Vietnam and Laos.
Typhoon Yagi is set to enter the East Sea on Thursday afternoon after moving through the Philippines. As of 7 a.m., its intensity has reached level 9 with gusts at level 11. The typhoon will initially move northwest before shifting westward into the East Sea. By Saturday morning, as it approaches the Hoàng Sa Island district, it may intensify to level 12 with gusts up to level 15, potentially reaching wind speeds of 180 kilometers per hour. A warning is in effect for the area from latitude 14.5 to 19 degrees north and east of longitude 118.5 degrees east. Vessels in this zone may face severe winds, high waves, and rough seas. On land, thunderstorms are expected to occur across Nghệ An to Bình Thuận province and the southern Central Highlands, with some areas receiving over 80 millimeters of rain, increasing the risk of localized flooding and landslides. Many farming areas in the north suffered heavy damage due to Typhoon Yagi. Over the past month, 15 provinces and cities have developed plans to help farmers resume production. Switching farming models is necessary at this time, allowing farmers to generate immediate income and prevent land from lying fallow.
Vanda Cooperative has converted nearly 40 hectares of agricultural land from ornamental flowers to short-term vegetables. This shift to growing short-term vegetables to support long-term agricultural products has become a popular choice for many farmers.
Switching our cultivation model to match the season, we aim to meet the holiday demand by Lunar New Year.
In Mê Linh district, many flower-growing villages have also boldly switched to growing winter vegetables to generate income and help people quickly restore production. For instance, Huo's family expects this vegetable crop to bring in around $800, a high figure this family did not anticipate.
The land after the flood is rich with alluvium. Since the flooding killed most insects, we don't need to eat much pesticide.
We are coordinating with relevant units to support farmers with seeds and capital to restore production. Many households have suffered total losses recently, so it is very difficult for them to restore production on their own without support.
The Prime Minister recently issued an official dispatch to promote agricultural recovery after Typhoon Yagi. It emphasized providing resource support to help farmers restore production, with a particular focus on preparing for the upcoming Lunar New Year market.
We will review support measures in accordance with Government Decree Number 2. Additionally, we will decisively and accurately implement Government Resolution 143, which covers credit, insurance, and production support.
Currently, over half of the key farming areas in the northern provinces have adapted their production methods to suit the current situation. This shift will ensure income from the winter harvest season and minimize the abandonment of agricultural land.
The Ministry of Agriculture and Rural Development has just held a meeting with relevant agencies to implement the project, improving soil health and plant nutrition management by 2030 with a vision to 2050 immediately. The project is considered urgent due to the current alarming state of soil degradation caused by unsustainable agricultural practices. Soil is a special, non-renewable resource essential for production.
Vietnam currently has nearly 120,000 hectares of degraded agricultural land. This includes soil with reduced fertility, erosion, desertification, compaction, salinization, and acidification. Low-quality land accounts for about 12% of the total natural land area. Scientists emphasize that soil is a living entity. However, the long-term misuse of fertilizers and pesticides has caused the soil structure to deteriorate.
The land is deteriorating very slowly. It will be very difficult to recover. If we don't issue warnings now, the consequences will be very serious.
The conference on implementing the project to improve soil health received significant feedback, with experts clarifying the concept of healthy soil. Scientists emphasized the need for regulations on the biological components that must be present in cultivated soil.
It is expected that in 1 week the National Assembly will pass the project proposals.
The practice of farmers using only NPK fertilizers and cultivating 3 consecutive crops is causing soil fertility to decline. To address this, the first step in implementing the project will be establishing a database on the quality of 25 soil types. This database will serve as a tool for classification and evaluation, enabling the development of appropriate nutritional solutions.
Based on these criteria, we'll improve the capacity of the laboratory. Then, we'll need to do more field work to assess actual conditions, thereby improving the planting process. In addition, the ministry is trying to focus its resources and finances effectively.
One of the goals of the project is to standardize the cultivation process for each soil type and use fertilizers more reasonably to reduce input costs.
According to the Plant Protection Department, previously, the implementation of the project on organic fertilizers, biological drugs, and plant nutrition management had increased the current use of organic fertilizer to nearly 3 million tons. Vietnam now aims to establish a system of scientific experts specializing in soil.
About 130,000 Vietnamese workers will be sent to work abroad this year, according to the Ministry of Labor, Invalid and Social Affairs. Reports from businesses show that in the past 9 months, more than 113,000 Vietnamese workers have gone overseas, reaching 91% of the plan. Japan, Taiwan, China, and South Korea are the top 3 markets receiving Vietnamese workers. The ministry is currently working to expand labor opportunities in European countries, focusing on markets with good income and working conditions for Vietnamese workers. In the Mekong Delta, water hyacinth grows abundantly in rivers, ponds, and lakes. Once seen as a nuisance due to its rapid growth affecting waterway traffic, it has now become a valuable raw material for woven products exported abroad. This has helped many people achieve a stable income.
Like many rural families, Chin has free time after farming. She has chosen to weave water hyacinths for local cooperatives and has become skilled at it. Although the work is simple, it provides a decent monthly income.
With this work, I earn about $80 or more each month. I work extra when I have free time to earn more money.
Water hyacinth weaving is accessible to people of all ages. Skilled artisans create sophisticated products, and during peak months, the cooperative provides work-from-home opportunities for up to 300 workers.
The work here is very stable. We make about 10,000 pieces a month.
The Provincial Women's Union has instructed grassroots associations to partner with cooperatives to supply processed goods for women working at home. All 8 districts in Vinh Long Province have water hyacinth weaving cooperatives that create local jobs.
Stable production has boosted the income of households engaged in weaving. In Vinh Long Province, workers now earn an average monthly income between $80 and $160. This has helped address unemployment and supported the development of new rural areas.
Coming up next in our world news. North Korean leader inspects missile bases. And later on, IMF foresees tepid global growth of 3.2% in 2024 and 2025. Now moving on to our world news, North Korean leader Kim Jong-un inspected a strategic missile base, state media said on Wednesday. The official Korean Central News Agency stated that Kim Jong-un examined the readiness of strategic deterrence forces directly linked to the country's security. However, it is unclear when this inspection trip took place. The North Korean leader hailed the country's missile force for its pivotal role in war deterrence, saying it was a top priority. He also stressed the need to modernize the armed forces by prioritizing the development of strategic missile forces in the future, calling it an important principle of the national defense strategy. Israel on Tuesday confirmed it had killed Hashem Safieddine, the presumed heir to Hezbollah leader Hassan Nasrallah. The military said Safieddine was killed in a strike carried out 3 weeks ago in Beirut's southern suburbs, its first confirmation of his death. Earlier this month, Israel had said he was likely eliminated. Safieddine headed Hezbollah's executive council, the decision-making body for military operations that also manages the organization's financial and administrative affairs. Over the past year, he had taken on a prominent role as Hezbollah's spokesperson, addressing funerals and other events that Nasrallah had long avoided for security reasons. As of now, Hezbollah has not responded to Israel's statement about Safieddine's death. The global economy is expected to expand at a lackluster 3.2% this year and to remain at that level in 2025, the International Monetary Fund, IMF, said in a report released on Tuesday at the World Economic Forum annual meeting in Washington, D.C., in the U.S. This forecast for 2025 is 1/10 of a percentage point lower than projected in July, while medium-term growth is expected to decline to a mediocre 3.1% in 5 years, well below its pre-pandemic trend. The IMF revised its 2024 U.S. growth forecast upward by 0.2 of a percentage point to 2.8%. The U.S. is also the fastest-growing economy among developed nations. Meanwhile, China, the world's second-largest economy, is forecast to grow by 4.5% this year. Both developed and emerging economies have experienced impressive growth this year, driven by increasing domestic purchasing power, declining inflation, and recovering supply chains. Singaporean cybersecurity firm Ensign recently announced a new technology that enables real-time detection of videos using deepfake technology. This marks an important step forward in helping companies and users combat the increasing use of deepfake videos in cyberspace.
Deepfake technology is being used with increasing sophistication to deceive victims and steal their information and money. To address this issue, Ensign has developed the Alethea application, which analyzes videos in real time, detecting unusual body and facial movements as well as video flashes. The app alerts users about potential deepfake videos within about 10 seconds. This detection technology is considered groundbreaking because the video analysis occurs directly on the user's device.
So not only is the victim informed through the notification that there's a deepfake on your screen, an alert will also be sent to the security analyst. The detection of deepfakes is not just at the endpoint, but also controlled across the entire environment so that we can detect whether there's a campaign against our employees or not.
Alethea can currently detect deepfakes created by most AI image generators, though it struggles with extremely sophisticated ones. The developer promises ongoing improvements to keep pace with the increasing realism of deepfakes. Already, several customers in the banking and energy industries have put the tool into use.
Up next, let's have a look at the weather forecast. And that is all that we have for this hour on VTV News. To rewatch our program, you can visit our website or YouTube channel or download a mobile app VTVgo for more. Thank you for watching and goodbye for now.